Hello coders, Synthetic Programming here with another video for you guys today, and today we are going to be making a login batch file. So this is going to be a batch file that allows you to create accounts and then log into those accounts. We're not going to be putting anything fancy on the other side of the login. I'm just going to show you how to program a simple login for batch files. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a text editor like this. Then I'm going to hit File, I'm going to say Save, and I'm going to say Save to Desktop as, let's call it Login. We'll save it to all types, so all files, and we'll do login.bat, login.bat. Okay, so we're going to say like this is our login file, and if we click it now, nothing is going to happen. It says this app can't run on your PC because this is Windows 10, so it's going to say that, but also because nothing's in here, and so it's pointless for us to even try running it until we put some stuff in here. So let's do this, guys. First thing we're going to do, also before I start, let me just remind you that all of the code for this project is in the video description. There's a link to the Synthetic Programming GitHub, and you can get it through there. Okay, cool. So let's start, guys. First thing to do is our @echo off statement. Okay, this is when we start writing a batch file. We write @echo off. After that, we're going to write mode and then con like this, cols like calls, like columns equal 65. There's going to be 65 columns. Lines equal 32, just like this. After that, we're going to say set local like that, set local, and then enable delay, and it's all one word, delayed like that, delayed, let me spell that correctly, and then expansion like that. Okay, so it's set local, enable delayed expansion. Okay, after that we're going to set our color to 0A because we like those green on black colors. It makes us look like pretty intense, I think. But okay, so now we're going to finish it off by saying title like that, and the title is going to be login program, just like that. Okay, cool. So that's our first little bit. That's the first little section that we need. After that, we are going to start by writing our start sequence. We'll say start one. So that's start one is going to be like our initial sequence. So the first thing we're going to do is clear the screen, CLS, and then we're going to do echo like that, echo, and we'll say input a number and press enter like that, right? Enter a number and press enter. Then we're going to do echo dot, right? And echo dot's just going to give us like a nice blank line. And then we're going to say echo, to show the options, we're going to say 1 like that. And sorry, 1 is going to be login. And echo 2 like that is going to be create new account like that, right? Okay, so we have two options, login and create new account. Now we can start getting into the more technical stuff. So now we're going to set /p, so like a variable, right? Login, login x1 like that, and it's going to be equal to the little string here, dash dash, just like that. And that's going to give us a little section so the person can actually write in their answer, right? So now we can write our conditional. So if not percent login like that, percent login x1 percent leq to 2 go to, right, start 1. Okay, so after this we're going to say if percent login x1 like that. If login x1 equal EQU 1 go to login, right? And that's something we're going to write later. Login is something we're going to write in a bit. So let me just, come on. Perfect. Okay. So in other words, if it's not equal, this will send us back to the beginning, right? This will send us to the login code. The last thing we have to do for this, actually, sorry, is we have to say echo, what do you want your username to be, right? And after that, actually here, we'll say this. What do you want your username to be? Now set /p, if you remember, username1, like that. And username1 is equal to the string. And it's just like that, like earlier, okay? So now we've done all of that. Now we say we're going to set v1f, like that. Set v1f equal to 0, okay? And now we're going to go to find spaces. So find spaces is going to be another like section of code, right? And in find spaces, we're going to actually look for spaces and see if you put any spaces in your username, because there cannot be spaces in your username. So let's actually do that processing right now. So now we do set, right? Set set x equal to, let's see, exclamation point v1f, exclamation point, like that. Okay, so that's what x is being set equal to. Now we say set letter, right? Set letter %, v1f, like that. Percent equal to, now it's going to be exclamation point username, like that. Username1 with a colon, and then after the colon, this is where it gets weird. We're going to do a little Spanish tilde, %, like that. %, hold on, %, x, %, comma, 1. Exclamation point. Okay, so you can see that's a complicated line. Focus on that pretty hard. Don't make a mistake there. Next we say if, okay? If the, and all in quotations, if exclamation point letter, right? If exclamation point letter, this, we got our %, v1f, right? %, like that. Okay, cool. And then exclamation point. So if that little section there, okay, equals, so EQU, and then we're going to do a little space like that, because you're looking for spaces, right? So if it equals a space, and now for the first time we get to throw in one of our parentheses. So let's do this. On the inside of the parentheses, we're going to do echo dot to give us some new lines. Echo, sorry, no spaces allowed in your username. Okay, just like that. Now after that, we can write pause, and then it's going to be a greater than sign null. And then after the pause null, we go to start one, like that, right? So that's going to be our little find spaces thing. Now, this is when it gets interesting. If not, like that, right? So if not %, or here we're going to do quotations again. If not, okay, within exclamation points, letter, 2 %, between there, we put v1f, like that. We're going to say equals EQU, and then remember those, just that, okay, just like this. Not a space, just 2 quotations. We have some new brackets here. And in the brackets, we are going to say set, this is going to be /a, v1f equals, okay, %, between the %, you've got v1f, like that, and then after that it's +1, boom, just like that. And then we say go to find spaces, okay. After this we say echo, and this is assuming you've passed the no spaces test. You say echo, what do you want your password to be, like that. What do you want your password to be? And then, so judging then that you have gotten here, you're going to be setting your password. So we're going to set /p, which is going to be this input now, password 1, and that's going to be equal to, I think you've probably guessed it, equal to, in quotes, these little guys, because that's where you're inputting, right? You're inputting your password. And actually, I usually tend to do 3 of these. That's just a personal preference, but you know, I always like having this this little section here, right? So I like 3 of these signs instead of 2, just because I work in 3s. And then, okay, so now judging that we've gotten the password, we say set, right? Or sorry, I lied. We say go to, like that. Go to save, okay? Now save, we're actually going to be writing at the end. So next, we're going to write login. So let's do login. Okay, so this is login, and we're going to clear the screen, right? For logging in, we clear the screen. We say set p name1 is going to be equal to username, like that. Okay, and then we say if not exist, like that. Okay, so if not exist, and then in quotes we're going to say name1 out of quotes .bat, right? Oh, sorry. Inside of those quotes as well, we need our %, like that. So if not exist, name1 .bat, and then the quotes, sorry, are around the .bat, just like that. Then we have our parentheses here. If it doesn't exist, then echo is going to be invalid username. All right. Then we pause null. Right. Pause greater than sign null, and then we go to start 1, like that. Okay. So that's judging that you put in an invalid username that doesn't exist. Then we actually run that same thing where we say set. Now we're just doing the password, right? So we do set /p pass1 equals password, like that. And here we're going to say call, because now we're calling that batch file that's storing our data, and you'll see it in progress, right? So name1 .bat, like that. We're calling that batch file, and we're saying if not %, well, 2 % surrounding it, password 1 EQU, and then we're going to do pass 1 like that, right? So we're doing just like another if statement here, conditional. Inside those quotes we say echo invalid password, like that, right? So up here we said invalid username. We'll put capital U just to keep it consistent. And then here we say invalid password. We pause null. And then we go to start 1, right? Then down here, if you actually log in correctly, then we're going to go to menu. And that's something that we'll also write in a second. So now we have to write save, because remember up here we said go to save right here. Now we have to write save. So save like that, right? Save is going to be equal to, make some nice little parentheses right here, and write echo, right? Set username 1, right? Echo set username 1 equal to in % username 1. Okay. Now we say echo set password 1 equal to, if you guessed it, in % password 1, just like that. Okay. Then we, outside of this little parenthesis here, do a greater than sign, right? To % username %, .bat, right? So what you're doing here is, and then hold on, go to start 1. Okay, what you're doing here is literally save just takes this information, right, and writes it to a new batch file called username.bat. And you'll see that in action very soon. The last thing we have to do is put some sort of menu that you're like logging into. So we'll do menu just like this, and when you get to the menu it'll say echo logged in, good job, or something like that, right? And okay, so it'll say logged in, good. Actually, let's just say logged in. Okay, so that's going to be our menu, and then it's going to pause greater than sign null, like that. Okay, cool. So this is actually all of the code we need for our simple login screen. Okay, so just to recap, this is our header information, like this is the information about the file. This is our start 1 screen. This is like what gives you the option whether to log in or create a new account. Find spaces, just checks for spaces, and if everything works out, it'll create a new account. Log in is just doing what it says, it logs in, and when it's done it goes to menu. Save saves all of this stuff to a new batch file, so it saves the account. And so when you log in successfully, it goes to menu, which says logged in. Okay, and if you wanted to log into some other program, this is where you would put that code under this, under menu. Hey guys, sorry about that. Had a couple technical difficulties. There was 2 things that I had to fix really quickly. Up here, this has to equal, we forgot one of the % signs on this side, right? So it has to be % login x1% because it's a variable, right? And then also down in save, this has to be username1.bat, not just username.bat, okay? So make sure this is username1, and make sure that this up here has % signs around both sides. Okie doke. So now I'll save it and we'll run it. There we go. Okay, so now we can create a new account. So we'll hit 2. We'll say we want the username to be synthetic, like that, right? And the password will be programming, okay? So now we can see it creates an account file named synthetic, and you can see it stores the information of username and password in that file. So now we can log in. So I'll hit 1, and it says username, and I'll say synthetic, like that. Password, programming, like that, right? And then it says logged in, okay? So now you'd put in the code for what happens after the login. Okay, so that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like the batch file stuff. Let me know in the comments what you think. Remember, all of this code is on GitHub. Links are in the description, so you can get it there. Check out our website at syntheticprogramming.com. Thank you to our 2 patrons on Patreon. And yeah, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.